Braunschweig, German pronunciation, ɓʁaʊ. Listen, Low German, Brunswiek, ɓrnsviik. Also called Brunswick in English, is a city of 252,768 people. As of the 31st of December 2015, located in the state of Lower Saxony, Germany. It is situated north of the Harz Mountains at the furthest navigable point of the Oker River, which connects to the North Sea via the rivers Aller and Weser. A powerful and influential center of commerce in medieval Germany, Braunschweig was a member of the Hanseatic League from the 13th until the 17th century. It was the capital city of three successive states: the Principality of Brunswick-Wolfenbüttel, 1269 to 1432, 1754 to 1807 and 1813 to 1814. The Duchy of Brunswick, 1814 to 1918, and the Free State of Brunswick, 1918 to 1946. Today, Braunschweig is the second largest city in Lower Saxony and a major center of scientific research and development. History, foundation and early history. The date and circumstances of the town's foundation are unknown. Tradition maintains that Braunschweig was created through the merger of two settlements. One founded by Braunău, a Saxon count who died in 880. On one side of the river Oker, the legend gives the year 861 for the foundation, and the other, the settlement of a legendary Count Dankwid, after whom Dankwid erode castle, Dankwid's clearing, which was reconstructed in the 19th century, is named. The town's original name of Brunswick is a combination of the name Bruno and Low German Wick, a place where merchants rested and stored their goods. The town's name therefore indicates an ideal resting place, as it lay by a ford across the Oker River. Another explanation of the city's name is that it comes from brand, or burning, indicating a place which developed after the landscape was cleared through burning. The city was first mentioned in documents from the Street Magny Church from 1031, which give the city's name as Brunswiek. Middle Ages and early modern period. Up to the 12th century, Braunschweig was ruled by the Saxon noble family of the Brunnenids. Then, through marriage, it fell to the House of Welf. In 1142 Henry the Lion of the House of Welf became Duke of Saxony and made Braunschweig the capital of his state, which, from 1156 on, also included the Duchy of Bavaria. He turned Dankwid erode Castle, the residence of the Counts of Brunswick, into his own fiefs and developed the city further to represent his authority. Under Henry's rule the Cathedral of St. Blasius was built, and he also had the statue of a lion, his heraldic animal, erected in front of the castle. The lion subsequently became the city's landmark. Henry the Lion became so powerful that he dared to refuse military aid to the Emperor Frederick I Barbarossa, which led to his banishment in 1182. Henry went into exile in England. He had previously established ties to the English crown in 1168, through his marriage to King Henry II of England's daughter Matilda, sister of Richard the Lionheart. However, his son Otto, who could regain influence and was eventually crowned Holy Roman Emperor, continued to foster the city's development. During the Middle Ages, Braunschweig was an important center of trade, one of the economic and political centers in Northern Europe and a member of the Hanseatic League. From the 13th century to the middle of the 17th century. By the year 1600, Braunschweig was the seventh largest city in Germany, although formerly one of the residences of the rulers of the Duchy of Brunswick-Lüneburg, a constituent state of the Holy Roman Empire. Braunschweig was de facto ruled independently by a powerful class of patricians and the guilds. throughout much of the late Middle Ages and the early modern period. Because of the growing power of Braunschweig's burghers, the princes of Brunswick-Wolfenbüttel, who ruled over one of the subdivisions of Brunswick-Lüneburg, finally moved their residence out of the city and to the nearby town of Wolfenbüttel in 1432. The princes of Brunswick-Wolfenbüttel didn't regain control over the city until the late 17th century, when Rudolf Augustus, Duke of Brunswick-Lüneburg, took the city by siege. In the 18th century, Braunschweig was not only a political, but also a cultural center, influenced by the philosophy of the Enlightenment. Dukes like Anthony Ulrich and Charles I became patrons of the arts and sciences. In 1745, Charles I founded the Collegium Carolinum, predecessor of the Braunschweig University of Technology, and in 1753 he moved the ducal residence back to Braunschweig. With this he attracted poets and thinkers such as Lessing, Leibowitz, and Jakob Movillon to his court in the city. Emilia Galotti by Lessing and Goethe's Faust were performed for the first time in Braunschweig. 19th century. In 1806, the city was captured by the French during the Napoleonic Wars and became part of the short-lived Napoleonic Kingdom of Westphalia in 1807. The exiled Duke Frederick William raised a volunteer corps, Black Brunswickers, that fought the French in several battles. After the Congress of Vienna in 1815, Braunschweig was made capital of the re-established independent Duchy of Brunswick, later a constituent state of the German Empire from 1871. In the aftermath of the July Revolution in 1830, in Brunswick, Duke Charles II was forced to abdicate. His absolutist governing style had previously alienated the nobility and bourgeoisie, while the lower classes were disaffected by the bad economic situation. During the night of 7 to 8 September 1830, the ducal palace in Braunschweig was stormed by an angry mob, set on fire and destroyed completely. Charles was succeeded by his brother William VIII. During William's reign, liberal reforms were made and Brunswick's parliament was strengthened. During the 19th century, industrialization caused a rapid growth of population in the city, eventually causing Braunschweig to be for the first time significantly enlarged beyond its medieval fortifications and the river Oker. On 1 December 1838, the first section of the Brunswick-Bad Harzburg railway line connecting Braunschweig and Wolfenbüttel opened as the first railway line in northern Germany, operated by the Duchy of Brunswick State Railway. Early to mid-20th century. On 8 November 1918, at the end of World War I, a Socialist Workers' Council forced Duke Ernest Augustus to abdicate. On 10 November, the council proclaimed the Socialist Republic of Brunswick under one-party government by the Independent Social Democratic Party of Germany, USPD. However, the subsequent Landtag election on the 22nd of December 1918 was won by the Social Democratic Party of Germany, MSPD, and the USPD and MSPD formed a coalition government. An uprising in Braunschweig in 1919, led by the communist Spartacus League, was defeated when Freikorps troops under Georg Ludwig Rudolf Mayrke took over the city on order of the German Minister of Defense, Gustav Noske. An SPD-led government was subsequently established. In December 1921, a new constitution was approved for the Free State of Brunswick, now a parliamentary republic within the Weimar Republic, again with Braunschweig as its capital. After the Landtag election of 1930, Brunswick became the second state in Germany where the Nazis participated in government. When the National Socialist German Workers' Party, NSDAP, formed a coalition government with several conservative and right-wing parties, with the support of Dietrich Klages, Brunswick's Minister of the Interior. The NSDAP organized a large SA rally in Braunschweig on 17 to 18 October 1931. 100,000 SA stormtroopers marched through the city. Street fights between Nazis, Socialists and Communists left several dead or injured. On 25 February 1932, the State of Brunswick granted Adolf Hitler German citizenship to allow him to run in the 1932 German presidential election. In Braunschweig, Nazis carried out several attacks on political enemies, with the acquiescence of the state government. After the Nazi seizure of power in 1933, several state institutions were placed in Braunschweig, including the Luftfahrtforschungsanstalt in Volkenrode, the Hitler Youth Academy for Youth Leadership, and the SS Junkerschule Braunschweig, with the Reichswerke Hermann Göring in Salzgitter and the Stadt der KdF Bargains, as well as several factories in the city itself, including busing and the Volkswagen Werk Braunschweig. The Braunschweig region became one of the centers of the German arms industry. During the Second World War, Braunschweig was an Untergebiet Hauptquartier, sub-area headquarters, of Wehrkreis 11, Military District 11, and was the garrison city of the 31st Infantry Division that took part in the invasions of Poland, Belgium, and France, largely being destroyed during its retreat following the invasion of Russia. In this period, thousands of Eastern workers were brought to the city as forced labor, and in the 1943 to 1945 period at least 360 children taken away from such workers died in the Entbindungsheim für Ostarbeiterinnen, maternity ward for Eastern workers. Allied bombing destroyed 47% of the built-up area of the city during World War II. The Anglo-American air raid on October 15, 1944 destroyed most of the city's churches, and the Altstadt, Old Town, the largest homogeneous ensemble of half-timbered houses in Germany. The city's cathedral, which had been converted to a Nationalfeierstadt, national shrine, by the Nazi government, still stood. Post-war period to the 21st century, small sections of the city survived Allied bombing, and so remain to represent its distinctive architecture. The cathedral was restored to its function as a Protestant church. Politically, after the war, the Free State of Brunswick was dissolved by the Allied occupying authorities. Braunschweig ceased to be a capital, and most of its lands were incorporated in the newly formed state of Lower Saxony. During the Cold War, Braunschweig, then part of West Germany, suffered economically due to its proximity to the Iron Curtain. The city lost its historically strong economic ties to what was then East Germany. For decades economic growth remained below and unemployment stayed above the West German average. On 28 February 1974, as a part of a district reform in Lower Saxony, the rural district of Braunschweig, which had surrounded the city, was disestablished. The major part of the former district was incorporated into the city of Braunschweig, increasing its population by roughly 52,000 people. In the 1990s, efforts increased to reconstruct historic buildings that had been destroyed in the air raid. The facade of the Braunschweiger Schloss was rebuilt, and buildings such as the Alte Waage, originally built in 1534, now stand again. Demographics. As of 2015, the population of Braunschweig was 252,768. Today Braunschweig is among the 20 German cities found to be most attractive to young people between the ages of 25 and 34, leading to an influx of younger residents. Religion. In 2015, 91,785 people, or 36.3% of the population, were Protestant, and 34,604, 13.7%, people were Roman Catholic. 126,379 people, 50.0%, either adhere to other denominations or followed no religion. Immigration. A total of 64,737 of Braunschweig's residents, including German citizens, had an immigrant background in 2015. 25.6% of the total population. Among those, 25,676 were non-German citizens. 10.2%. The following table lists up the largest minority groups. Main sites: the Burgplatz, Castle Square, comprising a group of buildings of great historical and cultural significance. The Cathedral, St. Blasius, built at the end of the 12th century. The Burg Dankwiderode, Dankwiderode Castle, a 19th-century reconstruction of the old castle of Henry the Lion. The Neo-Gothic Town Hall, built in 1893 to 1900, as well as some picturesque half-timbered houses, such as the Guild House, today the seat of the Craftsmen's Association. In the center of the square stands a copy of the SSbʁaʊ, Brunswick lion, a Romanesque statue of a lion, cast in bronze in 1166. The original statue can be seen in the Museum of Dankwiderode Castle. Today the lion has become the true symbol of Braunschweig. The Altstadtmarkt, Old Town Market, surrounded by the Old Town Town Hall, built between the 13th and the 15th centuries in Gothic style, and the Martinikirche, Church of St. Martin, from 1195, with important historical houses including the Gewandhaus, the former house of the Drapers' Guild, built sometime before 1268, and the Stechinelli House, built in 1690, and a fountain from 1408. The Kohlmarkt, Cabbage Market, a market with many historical houses and a fountain from 1869. The Hagenmarkt, Hagen Market, with the 13th-century Katharinenkirche, Church of St. Catherine, and the Heinrichsbrunnen, Henry the Lion's Fountain, from 1874. The Magnaviertel, St. Magnus's Quarter, a remainder of ancient Braunschweig, lined with cobblestone streets, little shops and cafes, centered around the 13th-century Magnakirche, St. Magnus's Church. Here is also the Rizzi House, a highly distinctive, cartoonish office building designed by architect James Rizzi for the Expo 2000. The Romanesque and Gothic Andreaskirche, Church of St. Andrew, built mainly between the 13th and 16th centuries with stained glass by Charles Crodel. Surrounding the Church of the Libre, the oldest surviving freestanding library building in Germany, and the reconstructed Alterwage, the Gothic Egedienkirche, Church of St. Giles, built in the 13th century, with an adjoining monastery, which is today a museum. The Staatstheater, State Theatre, newly built in the 19th century, goes back to the first standing public theatre in Germany, founded in 1690 by Duke Anthony Ulrich. The Ducal Palace of Braunschweig was bombed in World War II and demolished in 1960. The exterior was rebuilt to contain a palace museum, library and shopping center, which opened in 2007. The Baroque Palace Schloss Richmond, Richmond Palace, built between 1768 and 1769 with a surrounding English garden for Princess Augusta of Great Britain, wife of Charles William Ferdinand, Duke of Brunswick-Wolfenbüttel, to remind her of her home in England. Riddagshausen Abbey, German, Kloster Riddagshausen, a former Cistercian monastery, with a surrounding nature reserve and arboretum. The nature reserve Riedagshauser is designated as Important Bird Area and Special Protection Area. Parks and gardens. Parks and gardens in the city include the Botanical Garden Botanischer Garten der Technischen Universität Braunschweig, founded in 1840 by Johann Heinrich Blasius. The Bürgerpark. The Lowen Wall with an obelisk from 1825. The Prinz Albrecht Park. And the Insel Wall Park. Other parks and recreation areas are Stadtpark, West Park, Theatre Park, Museum Park, Heidelberg See, Sudsee, Walpersee, the Zoological Garden Aschnauer Zoo Braunschweig and the nearby Esserhof Zoo. Politics. Subdivisions. Braunschweig is made up of 19 boroughs. German. Stadtbezirke, which themselves may consist of several quarters. German. Stadtteil. Each. The 19 boroughs, with their official numbers, are 1 formed in 2011 out of the former boroughs of Warbeschunter and Beerenroed-Wagumbevenrode. City Council. The council of the city is made up of the fractions of the different parties. 54 seats. And the Lord Mayor, who is elected directly, with 1 seat. Since 2014, the Lord Mayor of Braunschweig is Ulrich Markurth, SPD. Results of the most recent local elections on the 11th of September 2011 and the 11th of September 2016 were: International relations equals twin towns, sister cities equals. Braunschweig is twinned with transport. Braunschweig's city center is mostly a car-free pedestrian zone. Automobile. 2 main autobahns serve Braunschweig. The A2, Berlin, Hanover, Dortmund, and the A39, Salzgitter, Wolfsburg. City roads are generally wide, built after World War II to support the anticipated use of the automobile. There are several car parks in the city. Bicycle. Many residents travel around town by bicycle using an extensive system of bicycle-only lanes. The main train station includes a bicycle parking area. Train. The city is on the main rail line between Frankfurt and Berlin. Deutsche Bahn. German Railways. Serves the city with local, intercity and high-speed intercity express, ICE, trains, with frequent stops at Braunschweig Central Station. German. Braunschweig Hauptbahnhof. Tram and bus. The Braunschweig tramway network is an inexpensive and extensive 35 kilometers, 22 miles, long electric tramway system, first opened in 1897. It has been modernized, including a 3.2 kilometers, 2.0 miles, extension in 2007. The network has an 1,100 millimeters, 3 feet 7 and 5/16 in gauge, unique for a European railway or tramway network. However, it is being supplemented in stages by a third rail to allow future joint working with the 1,435 millimeters, 4 feet 8.5 in standard gauge main railway network. The municipally owned Braunschweiger Verkehrsag currently operates 5 tram lines and several bus lines. The tram lines are Air. The Braunschweig Airport, BWE, EDVE, is located north of the city at 52 degrees 19 and 10 degrees 33 E. ELEV, 295 feet, 90 meters. Name. Many other geographical locations around the world are named Brunswick, after the historical English name of Braunschweig. Between 1714 and 1837, the House of Hanover ruled Great Britain in personal union with the electorate of Brunswick-Lüneburg, Hanover. The House of Hanover was formerly known as the House of Brunswick-Lüneburg Hanover Line. As a result, many places in the British colonies were named after Brunswick, such as the province of New Brunswick in Canada. Ironically, The city of Braunschweig was not ruled by the Hanoverians while its name was being given to other Brunswicks around the world. Starting in 1269, the Duchy of Brunswick-Lüneburg underwent a series of divisions and mergers, with parts of the territory being transferred between various branches of the family. The city of Braunschweig went to the senior branch of the house, the Wolfenbüttel line, while Lüneburg eventually ended up with the Hanover line. Although the territory had been split, all branches of the family continued to style themselves as the House of Brunswick-Lüneburg. In 1884, the senior branch of the House of Welf became extinct, the Hanover line, being the last surviving line of the family, subsequently held the throne of the Duchy of Brunswick from November 1913 until November 1918. Government offices. The officers of the Luftfahrbundesamt, LBA, Federal Aviation Office, and the German Federal Bureau of Aircraft Accident Investigation, BFU, are located in Braunschweig. Researching science. Braunschweig has been an important industrial area. Today it is known for its university and research institutes, mainly the Johann Heinrich von Thünen Institute, the Julius Kuhn Institute, and the Institute for Animal Food of the Friedrich Loeffler Institute. Until the end of 2007, all part of the Federal Agricultural Research Center, the German collection of microorganisms and cell cultures, and the Physikalisch-Technische Bundesanstalt, PTB. The PTB Braunschweig maintains the atomic clock responsible for the DCF-77 time signal and the official German time. In 2006, the region of Braunschweig was the most R&D intensive area in the whole European Economic Area, investing 7.1% of its GDP for research and technology. In 2014, the figure had risen to 7.7%, making Braunschweig retain its ranking as the most R&D intensive region in Germany. Braunschweig was named Germany's City of Science 2007. German Stadt der Wissenschaft 2007. Braunschweig University of Technology. German Technische Universität Braunschweig, was founded in 1745 and is the oldest member of TU9, unincorporated society of the 9 most prestigious, oldest, and largest universities focusing on engineering and technology in Germany, with approximately 18,000 students. Braunschweig University of Technology is the third largest university in Lower Saxony. Education. Also located in Braunschweig is the Martino-Katharineum, German Wikipedia, a secondary school founded in 1415. It had such famous pupils as Carl Friedrich Gauss, Hoffmann von Fallersleben, Richard Dedekind and Louis Spohr. Since 2004, Braunschweig also has an international school. Other notable secondary schools include Gymnasium Gauss-Schule, Gymnasium Kleineberg, German Wikipedia, Hoffmann von Fallersleben Schule Braunschweig, German Wikipedia, Integrierte Gesamtschule Francisfeld, German Wikipedia, and Wilhelm Gymnasium, German Wikipedia, Lower Saxony's only University of Art, founded in 1963, can be found in Braunschweig. The Hochschule für Bildende Kunst Braunschweig, Braunschweig College of Fine Arts. The HBK is an institution of higher artistic and scientific education and offers the opportunity to study for interdisciplinary artistic and scientific qualifications. Additionally, one of the campuses of the Eastphalia University of Applied Sciences, German, Ostphalia Hochschule für angewandte Wissenschaften, formerly Fachhochschule Braunschweig-Wolfenbüttel, was located in the city until 2010. Economy. In 2015, the German weekly business news magazine Wirtschaftswoche ranked Braunschweig as one of the most dynamic economic spaces in all of Germany. Braunschweig was one of the centers of the industrialization in northern Germany. During the 19th and early 20th century, the canning and railroad industries and the sugar production were of great importance for Braunschweig's economy. But eventually other branches such as the automotive industry became more important, while especially the canning industry began to vanish from the city after the end of World War II. The defunct truck and bus manufacturer Bussing was headquartered in Braunschweig. Current factories in the city include Volkswagen, Siemens, Bombardier Transportation, and Bosch. The fashion label New Yorker, the publishing house Westermann Verlag, Nordzucker, Volkswagen Financial Services and Volkswagen Bank have their headquarters in the city, as well as the Volkswagen Utility Vehicle Holding. Also, two major optical companies were headquartered in Braunschweig, Voigtlander and Rollei. During the 1980s and early 1990s, the computer companies Atari and Commodore International both had branches for development and production within the city. Braunschweig is the home of two piano companies, both known worldwide for the high quality of their instruments, Schimmel and Grotri and Steinweg. Both companies were founded in the 19th century. Additionally, Sandberg Guitars is based in Braunschweig. Culture. Braunschweig is famous for Till Eulenspiegel, a medieval jester who played many practical jokes on its citizens. It also had many breweries, and still a very peculiar kind of beer is made called Mama, first quoted in 1390. A malt extract that was shipped all over the world. Two major breweries still produce in Braunschweig: the Hofbrauhaus Wolters, founded in 1627, and the former Feldschlosschen Brewery, founded in 1871, now operated by Oehinger Beer. Braunschweiger Mettwurst, a soft, spreadable smoked pork sausage, is named after the city. Other traditional local dishes include white asparagus, Braunschweiger Lebkuchen, Braunkohl, a variant of kale served with bread and wurst, and Uhlenappen, Low German for owls and gnons, a pastry. Media. Braunschweig's major local newspaper is the Braunschweiger Zeitung, first published in 1946. Papers formerly published in Braunschweig include the Braunschweigische Anzeigen, Braunschweigische Stadtzeitung, 1745 to 1934, the Braunschweigische Landeszeitung, 1880 to 1936, and the Braunschweiger Stadtanzeiger, Braunschweiger Allgemeiner Anzeiger, 1886 to 1941, and the Social Democratic Braunschweiger Volksfreund, 1871 to 1933. Near Braunschweig at Kremlingen-Abbenrode, there is a large medium-wave transmitter, which transmits the program of Deutschlandfunk on 756 kHz. The Kremlingen transmitter. Festivals. Schottjuvel, a medieval northern German form of carnival, was celebrated in Braunschweig as early as the 13th century. Since 1979, an annual Rosenmontag parade is held in Braunschweig, the largest in northern Germany, which is named Schottjuvel in honor of the medieval custom. An annual Weihnachtsmarkt, Christmas market, is held in late November and December on the Burgplatz in the center of Braunschweig. In 2008, the market had 900,000 visitors. Museums and galleries. The city's most important museum is the Herzog Anton Ulrich Museum, a well-known art museum and the oldest public museum in Germany. Founded in 1754, it houses a collection of masters of Western art, including Dürer, Giorgione, Cranach, Holbein, Van Dyck, Vermeer, Rubens, and Rembrandt. The State Museum of Brunswick, Braunschweigisches Landsmuseum, founded in 1891, houses a permanent collection documenting the history of the Brunswick area ranging from its early history to the present. The Municipal Museum of Brunswick. Städtisches Museum Braunschweig, founded in 1861, is a museum for art and cultural history, documenting the history of the city of Braunschweig. The State Natural History Museum is a zoology museum founded in 1754. Other museums in the city include the Museum of Photography, Museum für Fotografie, the Jewish Museum, Judisches Museum, the Museum for Agricultural Technology Gutsteinhof, and the Gerstacker Museum. Frequent exhibitions of contemporary art are also held by the Art Society of Braunschweig. German Kunstverein Braunschweig, housed in the Villa Salvhospice, a classicist villa built between 1805 and 1808. Music and dance. The Braunschweig Classics Festival was an annual classical music festival. It is the largest promoter of classical music in the region and one of the most prominent music festivals in Lower Saxony. From 2001 to 2009. And again since 2013. The annual finals of the international breakdance competition Battle of the Year have been held at the Volkswagen Halle in Braunschweig. Braunschweiger TSC is among the leading competitive formation dance teams in the world and has won multiple world and European championship titles. Sports. Braunschweig's major local football team is Eintracht Braunschweig. Founded in 1895, Eintracht Braunschweig can look back on a long and checkered history. Eintracht Braunschweig won the German football championship in 1967, and currently plays in the 2. Bundesliga, the second tier of German football, and attracts a large number of supporters. Braunschweig was also arguably the city in which the first ever game of football in Germany took place. The game had been brought to Germany by the local school teacher Konrad Koch, also the first to write down a German version of the rules of football, who organized the first match between pupils from his school Martino Catherineum in 1874. The 2011 German drama film Lessons of a Dream is based on Koch. Eintracht Braunschweig also fields a successful women's field hockey team that claimed 9 national championship titles between 1965 and 1978. In the past, the club also had first- and second-tier teams in the sports of ice hockey, field handball, and water polo. The New Yorker Lions, formerly Braunschweig Lions, are the city's American football team, winning a record number of 11 German Bowl titles, as well as 5 Euro Bowls, a shared record. The city's professional basketball team, the Basketball Löwen Braunschweig, plays in the Basketball Bundesliga, the highest level in Germany. The Löwen's predecessor SG Braunschweig had previously played in the Bundesliga as well. Eintracht Braunschweig's women's basketball team plays in the 2. Damen Basketball Bundesliga, the second tier of women's basketball in Germany. In handball, MTV Braunschweig, the city's oldest sports club, founded in 1847, plays in the semi-professional 3. Liga. Other sports clubs from Braunschweig that have played at the Bundesliga or second Bundesliga level include Spot Up 89ers, baseball, Braunschweiger THC, field hockey, SV Süd Braunschweig, handball, Rugby Wölfen Braunschweig, rugby union, and USC Braunschweig, volleyball. Annual sporting events held in Braunschweig include the International Equestrian Tournament Löwen Classics, Rund den Elm, Germany's oldest road bicycle race, and the professional tennis tournament Sparkassen Open. Notable people. Alphabetical list of some notable people associated with Braunschweig. See also Hanover, Braunschweig, Göttingen, Wolfsburg Metropolitan Region. Notes. Bibliography. See also Bibliography of the History of Braunschweig. Richard Andre. Braunschweiger Volkskunde, 2nd edition. Vivague. Braunschweig 1901. Reinhard Bain. Ernst August Roloff. eds. Dello unterm Hakenkreuz. Reisführer Braunschweig und Umgebung 1930–1945. Matrix Media Verlag. Göttingen 2010. ISBN 3-93231336-4. Louis Gard-Kamer. Manfred Gosman. Wolf Dieter Skuegraph. eds. Braunschweiger Stadtlexikon. Joe. Heinar. Meyer Verlag. Braunschweig 1992. ISBN 3-926701-14-5. Oskar Doring. Braunschweig. E. A. Seaman. Leipzig 1905. Hermann Dürer. Geschichte der Stadt Braunschweig im Mittelalter. Grüneberg. Braunschweig 1861. Reinhard Dorn. Mittelalterliche Kirchen in Braunschweig. Niemeyer. Hamel 1978. ISBN 3-87585-043-2. F. Fuzz. ed. Vaterlandische Geschichten und Denkwürdigkeiten der Land Braunschweig und Hannover. Band 1. Braunschweig. 3rd edition. Appellens Verlag. Braunschweig 1925. Manfred Gosman. Wolf Dieter Skuegraph. eds. Braunschweiger Stadtlexikon. Ergänzungsband. Joe. Heinar. Meyer Verlag. Braunschweig 1996. ISBN 3-926701-30-7. Otto Harnstein. Braunschweig am Ende des Mittelalters. Ramdor. Braunschweig 1886. Horst Rudiger Jark. Gerhard Schilt. eds. Die Braunschweigische Landesgeschichte. Jahrtausendrückblick einer Region. 2nd edition. Appellens Verlag. Braunschweig 2001. ISBN 3-930292-28-9. Horst Rudiger Jark. Dieter Lenteal. eds. Braunschweigisches Biographisches Lexikon 8-18. Jahrhundert. Appellens Verlag. Braunschweig 2006. ISBN 3-937664-46-7. Horst Rudiger Jark. Gunter Schiel. eds. Braunschweigisches Biographisches Lexikon 19 und 20. Jahrhundert. Hantscher Buchhandlung. Hannover 1996. ISBN 3-7752-5838-8. Jörg Leuschner. Karl-Heinrich Kaufhold. Claudia Martel. eds. Die Wirtschafts- und Sozialgeschichte des Braunschweigischen Land vom Mittelalter bis zur Gegenwart. 3 vols. Georg Ohms Verlag. Hildesheim 2008. ISBN 9783487-13599-1. Richard Moderhack. ed. Braunschweigische Landesgeschichte im Überblick. 3rd edition. Braunschweigische Geschichtsverein. Braunschweig 1979. Richard Moderhack. Braunschweiger Stadtgeschichte. Wagner. Braunschweig 1997. ISBN 3-87884-050-0. E. Oppermann. Landeskunde des Herzogtums Braunschweig. Geschichte und Geographie. E. Appellens. Braunschweig 1911. Rudolf Prescher. Der Rothahn über Braunschweig. Waisenhaus Buchdruckerei und Verlag. Braunschweig 1955. Berthe Rogatzky-Thiemann. Braunschweig. Eine kleine Stadtgeschichte. Sutton Verlag. Erfurt 2005. ISBN 3-89702-837-9. Ernst August Roloff. Braunschweig und der Stadt von Weimar. Waisenhaus Buchdruckerei und Verlag. Braunschweig 1964. Ernst August Roloff. Wie Braun war Braunschweig. Hitler und der Freistaat Braunschweig. Braunschweiger Zeitung. Braunschweig 2003. Good Spies. Ed. Braunschweig, das Bild der Stadt in 900 Jahren. Geschichte und Ansichten. 2 vols. Statisches Museum Braunschweig. Braunschweig 1985. Good Spies. Ed. Brunswiek 1031 Braunschweig 1981. Die Stadt Heinrichs de Lohen von den Anfängen bis zur Gegenwart. 2 vols. Statisches Museum Braunschweig. Braunschweig 1982. Werner Spiess. Geschichte der Stadt Braunschweig im Nachmittelalter. Vom Ausgang des Mittelalters bis zum Ende der Stadtfreiheit 1491 to 1671. 2 vols. Waisenhaus Buchdruckerei und Verlag. Braunschweig 1966. OCLC 7,495,150. Henningsteinführer. Gerd Beagle. eds. 1913 Braunschweig zwischen Monarchie und Modern. Appellens Verlag. Braunschweig 2015. ISBN 9783944939124. Official website. Braunschweig 360 degrees panoramas. Daily newspaper Braunschweiger Zeitung.